Check, check, check. Mic, check. 1, 2. Let me make sure this sound right. Audio, camera. That's good. General settings. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? This is day 9. I'm even surprised myself. Not gonna hold you. It's a level of consistency. Big up to everybody who's here. You know what I'm saying? Nizamna. Let me tell you something, Nizamna. I got a hoodie for you. I got a fly ass hoodie for you. I want you to know that. I'm sending it to your house tomorrow. Mañana. You know what I'm saying? Early today. Yeah, we a little early. What I'm going to do is I'm thinking about opening the phone lines too. I got some editing to do on this demo track. Tay recorded this at her crib. She annoyed the hell out of me, and she on the list. I'm going to tell y'all why in a minute. Because first of all, when she sent me the files, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you how this works, right? So y'all see, this is Logic. This is, you know what I'm saying, where, yeah, I mean, like the music recording and all that happens. It's a DAW, digital audio workstation, right? This replaced tape. This is the digital way of recording. Now, let me tell you why she pissed me off. And I love Tay, and I'm not going to yell at her because she's just a girl. But she pissed me the hell off for multiple reasons. Number one, when she sent me these files, like in the email, like kind of individually, not like in a folder compressed. So when I open it up, I had to download each file individually and then drag it over into the DAW. Pissed me off completely. You know what I'm saying? Like you're giving me more work. You know what I mean? Number one. Number two, nothing is labeled properly. So now I got to go in here, relabel all that, right? Outside of nothing being labeled properly, as I'm listening to the mix, she got her phone going off while she's recording. I'm hearing Kim Possible beep, 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 in the background of the recording. Now I got to find a way how to edit that out and make sure, you know what I'm saying, that the vocal works. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Senzo, what's happening? I'm going to throw hold on. Where the hell is how do I invite someone on? Okay, copy. Bong. Hey, sis, man, thank your husband, man. You need to thank Officer of 5. I hope I didn't ruin the surprise, but you need to thank Officer of 5,000, Ma Debar. He hit me up. He told me, you know what I'm saying, how amazing you are as a rib, and said you deserve a Lost Tribes hoodie in your favorite color, and that's what the hell is happening. The link is in the chat if anybody wants to be able to join the stream. If y'all got any questions, if y'all want to come kick it. I guess the real question is, should I open the phone lines or is the StreamYard link enough? Drop it in the chat. Let me know what y'all think. In the meantime, I'm going to be editing this chat editing this track, rather, while I'm talking to y'all. I do have multiple screens, but the problem is, you know what I'm saying? Big up Ramak all the way from Baltimore. But I think that the problem is, when I click over, if that works. But either way, we'll figure it out. So Tay done sent me a whole bunch of bullshit. This is super annoying. But again, that's my sister. And she hates technology. She's like John Connors. You know what I'm saying? Like she is just raging against the machine at all time, doesn't trust AI. And I get it, even though AI in recent history has absolutely been my best friend. How is AI my best friend? Lonely existence? I don't know. I've been having a good time. I can show y'all some stuff too. I've been doing some commercials. Matter of fact, if you have a business, something you want to promote and you need a commercial, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. I'm also doing 3D logos for the low. You know what I'm saying? Your man Captain Kataza is like Fiverr now. You know what I'm saying? You can get everything here under one roof. Talk to Captain Nazaryak. We had a good talk too. You know what I mean? He got a lot of things going on. We got a couple of debates up the sleeve that, you know what I mean, y'all might mess with. I can't announce anything as of yet, but yeah. Lot going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Lord Christ, my brother. Day 9 of going live and talking to this camera. You know what I'm saying? Genuinely hate it. But here we are in this digital world and time. I'm going to listen to these later to see if they need further edits. But in the meantime, we got to just get all this BS out of the way. Stop. Who told you to play? Nobody. Oops. Could chop that. Fade that. Then we could fade this. I mailed out 7 copies of the book today. 7. That means I got like 15 copies left. So I don't know if any of y'all were planning on getting one. I don't know when I'm going to restock. So I got 15 copies left of the KJV, the KJ Verified. King James Verified. Because of all the misinformation out there, apparently, you understand, he needed some verification. You'd be surprised how many people think he actually wrote the Bible, which is a little bit ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we're living in an age of misinformation. Misinformation is extremely dangerous. And what's even worse is like, you know, like the scriptures talks about how like knowledge puffeth up. But there's like nothing worse than like fake knowledge puffing up. Like you ain't even got the right knowledge and you proud. Like that's crazy. Now these little things right here, what is that?
Super fine in a way.
I think those can go too. Might have to chop that. Just so y'all know, this is what you have to do to edit a track. Super annoying. No, I don't want everything highlighted, man. Just this. Yeah, see that? See all them little breaths and all that? All that gotta go. All that information does not need to be inside the track, which means all this has to go. Hello. Is that Mitchell or Michelle the Nightlight? Why are you the nightlight? Why do you glow in the dark? Explain yourself. Let me find out. Also, Officer Gadaiwan called me up. I don't know if y'all were paying attention to the segment that we had that was called, the hell was it called? Cross the Table. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing Cross the Table back. It's about time. We're going to have some new episodes and some new clips dropping for y'all very soon. Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, hit the bell, share, comment, all that good stuff, man. Show some real support. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom of heaven cometh not with observation. Y'all got to put the work in, man. You know what I'm saying? You see us all out here working. Don't get lazy on us. Show some real support. Let me see something. Damn. All right, so we got to chop this too. This is probably the most tedious part. Is there a way to automate this? Yes, but I actually like doing this. I don't know why. I like editing. Do I know why I like editing? No, but I do like editing. I think I like editing because it's like kind of brainless. You know, it's just something you could do without really thinking. Things of that nature, things of that capacity. Christianity is absolutely false. My brother, 5 Stacks, Ma Debar, what's going on, man? Lord Christ. Good to hear from you, man. Good to see you. The link has been shared in the chat. If any of y'all got questions, y'all could type them in and or join the stream. Really just killing time while I'm editing this track. Y'all could kick it with your brother. Let me see what else, man. All this information right in here. I'm pretty sure we're not going to need none of that. Yeah, you hear nothing's going on there? All that's got to go. All of it. Every last piece. So that means all of this as well. All those breaths, all that extra stuff. I think we're going to reprint this stuff too. I'm going to show y'all. Show y'all what I'm talking about in a second. All them breaths. There's a plugin I got that could take those breaths out too, but I hate how it sounds. It sounds too artificial. It's kind of ugly. Let me see. Probably about right there. Clip that. Bong. Hey brother, I have a question. I don't understand what Micah 2 is talking about within that timeline. Was that present or future? 1911 encyclopedia, if I'm not lying, show Negritos and Negroes are two different people. Is that a hijack? I'd have to see the encyclopedia. What's crazy is I do have a book and historical reference that was calling blacks Negroes and Africans and was making a distinction between the two people. But I would have to see the encyclopedia and try to get the context. Now, as far as Micah 2, let's go to Micah. Actually, let's go to the Blue Letter Bible. What specifically in Micah 2 are we talking about? So we got the Blue Letter Bible. Dismiss. We're going to swing back this way. Remove this from the screen. Stop sharing. Share screen. Blue Letter Bong. Okay. Micah 2. Let me add this to the screen. All right. What in Micah 2? Give me the specifics. Talk to me. While I wait for you to comment, I'm going to keep editing this track. And let me ask you something. Do you have a Zondervan? Zondervan Pictorial Dictionary.
Super fun.
I'll get rid of that. All right. Probably right there. Get rid of that. Let me see. I think 9 and down, I briefly understand. Okay. Micah 9. The women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant house. From the children have ye taken away my glory forever. Arise ye and depart. For you is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with your sword destruction. If a man in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine of strong drink, he shall overthrow the prophets of his people. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of these. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock of the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by the reason of the multitude of men. The breakers come up before them. They have broken up. They have passed through the gate. They are gone out, and their king shall pass before them. Shimmy, shimmy, yah. So what do you mean by the timeline? Explain what you mean by the timeline. What is your understanding of time in this capacity? Give me a little bit more. Be a little bit more succinct with the question so I can answer you better. I want to know what you know so that this way I know what it is we're battling here. Help me understand. Because we got the verse on the screen. And I'm going to continue editing while you're answering. Let me see this too. Okay, so that can go, right? We don't need that. That can go. What about right here? That can go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm pretty sure this is a breath too.
Anchor.
Oh wait, no. You can go. Yeah. Get rid of all that space, all them gaps. I'm waiting for Tay to call me back so I could cuss her out a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot of it. I'm joking. Or am I? So now it says Negritos from the Philippines. Okay, so what they did was they had an indentured servitude. There's a book I have on my shelf, right? It's called From Chicanos to Indians, right? Or from Chinos to Indians, something like that, right? And what happens is the Spanish had indentured servants from the Philippines come over to Mexico, and they gave them Indian status. And these were Asians that they started calling natives. You know what I'm saying? That might be what it's talking about inside of that encyclopedia. This is End Times, if I'm mistaken, because reading Micah and I'm trying to pinpoint what each chapter is talking about in the present versus our present. I believe Micah 2 is all about the end times. Okay. So here's one thing that I want you to know about when it comes to the Bible, right? Some of this stuff is manifold, right? So there are things inside of Micah that has to do with these times, just like in Isaiah, just like in Jeremiah. There's also things that were for those times. But I want you to think about it like this. Are you familiar with Psalms 83? When it talks about they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, against thy hidden ones. Let me know if you're familiar with Psalms 83. And there's a reason why I asked you last, said, like, I want to get your understanding on time. Because sometimes it's talking about specific times and other times it's talking about, like what you said, the end times. Or could be manifold. You got to remember, this is a living record. So this is a living book. Like we're not baptized for the dead. Super important that you know that. Right. So they conspired against us, right? So what you have to realize is they conspired against us before David even existed. They conspired against us in Egypt. They conspired against us during David's time. And they conspired against us now. The different nations have always been confederate against us. They've always wanted to wipe out Israel. So when you're reading about Micah, right, and when it's reading about, you know what I'm saying, woe to our oppressors, this is not only talking about our oppressors, you know what I'm saying, who were oppressing us at that time, you understand? But the Lord's been saying he's going to gather a remnant of us, you know what I mean? And he's gathered a remnant of us in the past and brought us back into Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying? But we were destroyed again. He's going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do it again, you understand, for the final time. You know what I'm saying? When our kingdom is established. So you could use this for both, because you have to remember the things that we went through in ancient Babylon, the things that we went through in ancient Assyria, the things that we went through in ancient Egypt are the things that we're going through now, because America is called Babylon spiritually. America is called Egypt spiritually. So these things that we've gone through, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same spirits over and over again. You got to realize, like, the spirit doesn't die. So just like your soul, you understand, is an older spirit. Guess what? Those demons have been following your bloodline for generations. Those unclean spirits have been following you for generations. Remember that. Let me know if that answered your question. If y'all got any other questions, y'all could type it in the chat. If y'all got anything y'all want to go over, like I'll give you an example. There was a brother last night asked me if I could show him how to make beats. Friday, that's what we're going to do. Friday, when we go live, I'm going to show y'all how I make my beats. And I'm sample based. And I'll show y'all a couple of different ways that I do it. I think we'll start with vinyl. And then I'll show y'all some of my digital sample pools. Sound good? Good. All right. I dropped the link in the chat too if any of y'all want to join the stream. Holla at your boy. Let me come back here. It says the little stature, dark skin, 5 foot tall, big feet. I mean, that sounds like the Filipinos. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it, it sounds like the indigenous Filipinos that the Spanish brought over here. Let me know. Ultimate Gohan. That's such a funny name. Let me know, man. I could tell you watch Dragon Ball Super, man. I don't like Super, by the way. Not a fan of it. And I was a major fan of Dragon Ball Z. Not gonna hold you. See that? See that? That breath right there? It's got to come out. What else? Let me see. You got any other questions? Type them in. I'm going to kick it with y'all for a little bit. Y'all kick it with me. Big ups to everybody who's been tuning into these lives. I told y'all, man, I don't be knowing what the hell to talk about, man. I like battling. I like teaching. But just streaming, I am not Kai Cenat. Shout out to Kai Cenat, though, man. Kai Cenat's one of those rare celebrities I could see him finding the truth. You know what I mean? Like he's done certain things. Now, mind you, listen, man, celebrities are not leaders. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your faith in celebrities, you know what I mean, in any way, shape, or form, right? Like you don't gotta, get all involved. Yes, that did. Well, I'm glad I could answer your question, my brother. But the reason I'm saying this is when it comes down to somebody like Kai, is I've seen him turn down a lot of money to maintain integrity. Like even when it came down to that streaming school, y'all know there was white streamers who were upset that felt like there wasn't enough white representation, you know what I'm saying, at the streaming academy. And what I genuinely like is like you could see he's trying to put on for his people. And we need more of that. You know what I'm saying? We need more people who are willing to stand up for their people. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like, what Kaepernick did was great. But man, my son ain't never stood for the national anthem. And he got to deal with peer pressure and scrutiny and teachers asking questions. Like adults, that could be intimidating. But he got enough fight and enough integrity to, be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we raise up our children to be able to know who they're supposed to have allegiance to, man. And we're not supposed to have allegiance to a place that don't love us, man. A place that hates the Lord and hates the Lord's chosen people. It don't work like that. And you yourself have to have enough courage to be able to stand up against that type of persecution and peer pressure from this place, man, because this place don't love us. America does not love us. America is the land of our captivity. I believe somebody joined the stream. I'm going to slide over there in 1 second. Let me just finish this edit right here. We're going to get rid of that. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Not bad. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you, brother.
Nah, no sweat, man. That's what we here for.
I wanted to ask, because I want to get some more like understanding on it.
Okay.
What's gonna happen first, the Valley of Jehoshaphat or the Battle of Armageddon?
So the Valley, the Battle of Armageddon is what? Okay, Jehoshaphat is the Valley of Judgment. You're kind of witnessing the earlier stages of that. Let me take this hat off for now. Hold on. So now, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, you understand, is where these different nations are gathering together in order to fight, right? And you're starting to see some of the skirmishes now. You're seeing it with the Strait of Hormuz being blockaded. You're seeing it with the attacks and the missiles that have gone off. You're seeing the entire world starting to be divided east versus west. You're seeing like a buildup to it. So you're going to watch these other nations fight each other, and as it turns into World War III. Then in the midst of this, because there's other things that's going to happen. America is going to try to take Cuba. They're already trying. You know what I'm saying? More than likely Turkey. You know what I'm saying? From there, you know what I'm saying? Eventually Russia is going to get involved sometime after Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? And then, China is going to damn near be like the final boss. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to get pushed into World War III. Armageddon, as far as the war that you see in heaven, right? Like the war between, you know what I'm saying? Like when Michael and Gabriel come down, you know what I'm saying? And Yahushua, those 200,000, like when you read about Revelations, that battle is going to take place in the middle of World War III. So while all the nations are fighting each other, you know what I'm saying? That's when they're going to stop fighting each other. And then they're going to start to aim their weapons at Christ and the angels. And it says that, they're going to be defeated in an hour, in no time.
Is that going to be when we're already back in our land and we have to defend ourselves too?
No. So what happens first is we're going to first get scooped up on them chariots. You know what I'm saying? And those chariots are going to be the chambers that protect us. You get what I'm saying? And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down into a wilderness. Why a wilderness? Because you got to think about it like this, right? Like these heathens, and especially this devil that's, you know what I'm saying, ruling over us right now. He's a child. You know what I'm saying? So when a kid who doesn't control his emotions think he's going to, lose a board game like Monopoly, what does he do to the board game?
I don't know, like destroy it.
Yeah, he gonna knock it off the damn table. You know what I'm saying? He gonna knock everything off the table so that this way, you know what I'm saying? Because if he can't win, nobody can. They're going to launch those missiles. Thermonuclear warfare is going to be their end. So now you got to think about it like this, right? What then is going to happen to all those lands that was inhabited?
But destroy it?
Nuclear fallout. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be inhabited. So you know what we're going to have to be? We're going to have to be in a wilderness where there is no nuclear fallout. So when we left Egypt, where did we go?
You talking about while we were still during Egypt or right after we left Egypt?
So right after we left Egypt, right? We went into a wilderness in around Sinai, right?
Yes, we did.
And then while we were there in Numbers, what did we do in the book of Numbers?
Wasn't we constantly encamping around there, or?
So we were encamping, and in that encampment, you know what we did? We reorganized ourselves. That's why it's called Numbers, because the elders amongst us were chosen by the Most High. Yes. We found out who was good for war, who was good for this, who was good for that. And we structured ourselves so that we would know not only how to govern ourselves, how to have conflict resolution, how to have judgment from among our people, how to be a nation. We established our government, right? You with me?
Yes, I am.
We're going to have to do that again. And then once we're reorganized, what's going to happen is the other nations are going to regroup. And that's when it's going to turn into Joel. And that's when we're going to go and conquer the earth. When you read the book of Daniel, how did it say that the saints were going to get the kingdom?
By dominion?
It said the saints shall take the kingdom. So after these other nations are destroyed, right? After all this fallout, what's left of them, that's when, you know what I'm saying, after America's the lake of fire, while they're lamenting and regrouping, we reorganize ourselves, and then we're going to go and conquer and subdue the earth. And then after we conquer and subdue the earth, then, you know what I'm saying, we're going to start building our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually rejoin Yahushua, you know what I'm saying? Or Yahushua is going to rejoin us, you know what I'm saying? And we have that rule and that dominion. So there's a lot of, like, okay, if there's anything, right, that I could tell y'all, this is something that I really, 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 you know what I'm saying? Rapaya Allah, my brother, you know what I'm saying? Lord of Christ. This is something I really need y'all to know. We haven't even really begun the work. Like, remember, the Lord said, I shall first send forth fishers. And the first order that Christ gave us was, he said, I shall make thee fishers of men. And that's what we're doing right now. We're looking for those leaders, for those elders among us, for those gems that the Lord wants to clean up, to be able to bring us home for when the real work begins. Right now, we're just fishing. And this is like, you know, training. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, yo, have you ever done any form of martial arts or fighting or boxing or played a sport?
Yes.
So what have you done?
I have done boxing.
So when you box, right, there's something that you should know when it comes down to boxing. Almost no amount of shadow boxing, you know what I'm saying, bag work can really genuinely prepare you outside of conditioning and movement for sparring in the ring. You really get your application sparring in the ring. You feel me?
100%.
And the way that you shadow box, right? Like if you hold your hands here when you shadow box, and where they gonna be when you're in the ring?
Right there.
Right there. But if you hold them here when you shadow box, and where they gonna be?
Right there.
How you train translates to how you fight. So the Lord is giving us training right now in counseling the people. He's giving us training right now, you know what I'm saying, in fixing ourselves, in delegation, in leadership. And this is our sparring. And we holding on and enduring to the end. The end of this age comes. Our age comes in. Now, the men who have been sparring, or the men who are going to be chosen for the fight. And then the real work begins. So we haven't even begun to work yet. The kingdom isn't magic. This isn't going to be, you know what I'm saying, like 1, 2, 3, or whatever the case may be. This is going to be dragged out. You understand? Hey, Jack Melanio, I don't know you. You're going to have to turn your camera on behind the scenes. I don't know who the hell you are, and you're not about to mess up my live stream. All right? You with me so far?
Yeah, I also wanted to say, like, like what you're saying is 100% true, and I get it. What would you say if a person is not losing hope in Yahweh, but just losing hope on just this life? Like, how do they keep pushing forward? Of course, keep striving to keep the commandments, to be blameless, and all the great stuff by keeping the Torah, following under the Tanakh, and believing in Yahweh Shai. But how do you encourage a person to keep going when they already feel hopeless? Not
Okay.
not about Yahweh or anything, but just on life itself.
Okay. There's a couple of things, you know what I'm saying, that I would have to tell you, right? And you're asking a great question. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's number one. So this is Galatians. Is my screen still shared? Hold on.
No, it's just showing the beats.
Okay, so let me remove that. Let me get back to the blue letters so everybody could see the scripture, all right? Bear with me 1 second. Let's go to Galatians. Let's share that screen. Let me StreamYard make things so ridiculous sometimes. Let's full size that. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? So now it says Galatians 2, bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Do you know what it means to bear someone's burden?
To deal with them?
Deal with them how?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
If you don't know, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here for. But number one, if you're on your own and you feel weak or you feel like the world is too heavy or you got issues, how can I bear your burden and fulfill the law of Christ if you're not joined with me? I can't. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not here. It says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. There's a congregation. There's holy convocations. The first thing that you need to do, brother, is you need to come around. Or if it's not you, whoever it is that's feeling that way needs to come around, because guess what? Right now, I'm strong. So because I'm strong, you know, it's damn near like, you know, if you were moving, right? And if you were moving and you got to move the couch, it's going to be easier if me and you lift the couch together, right?
Yes, indeed.
So what you need to do is you need somebody to help you bear those burdens in the times that you are weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what this long suffering is about. That's what these scriptures is about. That's how you fulfill, you know what I'm saying, the law of Christ, is when we can turn around and bear each other's burdens. Because it's like, you know, me being a captain inside the UPK, when a brother has an issue, it's our issue. You know what I'm saying? It's not just my own issue. You know what I'm saying? It's our issue. How are we going to solve this together? You know what I mean? There's things that you're going to have to bear on your own. And there's things you're going to have to bear with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own battle. The greatest battle that you got is the man in the mirror. But what you really have to do inside of all of this is first be able to come around your brothers as well. Because there was a time when I was weak. And you know what? I had Captain Nazaryak to help me bear these burdens. I had General Mahayman. And in being around these brothers, they helped make me strong. So we have to come around each other to make each other strong. You with me?
Yes, I am.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like damn near if you had a bully. Right now, you got a spiritual bully. You know what I'm saying? That's your demon. Your demon putting the weight on you, telling you these different things, making it feel glim, making it feel hopeless. Well, big bro got to come on the playground and got to whoop that. You know what I'm saying? We got to jump him. We're going to whoop his ass together. And then during that time that he's not around is when you start to work, when you start to heal, until, you know what I'm saying? Now we working out together. We doing some spiritual push-ups. Next time that demon comes around, what you going to do?
Be stronger.
You going to knock his ass out. But then you know what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen after you whoop that demon's ass?
I don't know. It tries to come back.
That demon going to try to get his homies to jump you. So you know what you're going to need again? Your big homie again. And on a long enough timeline, you know what happens, bro? You become big homie. Because you done had so many battles. You done lifted, you understand, so much spiritual weights. You understand? Now you know how to pass that on, because the truth don't change. And because the truth don't change, man, what'll work for you will work for the next man. And you've now become seasoned enough. But you got to be able to put the work in. You with me?
Yes, I am.
So there was times, man, you know what I'm saying, where you know what I'm saying, like I felt that hopelessness. There was times where I battled depression, even in the truth. But my brothers was what helped me got through. And yo, I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. I want to read a couple more scriptures, right? There's one scripture in particular. This scripture cured my depression. Okay. I think I'm going to have to switch screens again. Okay, share this tab instead. This is Ecclesiasticus 26:4. It says, whether a man be rich or poor, If he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. When I read that scripture, brother, it checked me in my spirit because I wasn't at all time rejoicing with a cheerful countenance. So it made me realize in that moment I was falling short with the Lord. I had to be shorting him because if I was right with him, it wouldn't matter the condition that I was in. And that instantly got the demon off me. And it made me start going harder and focusing on strengthening my spirit and staying locked into that zone. And the way you do that is by work. The way you do that is by practical application. The way you do that, you understand, is by locking into the truth. And you do that with your brothers. You know, do you know how what Yahweh Shah said, or how he said, ye shall know that ye are my disciples?
Yes.
What he say?
I think, I don't know if to be exact. I know he said by their fruits.
By their fruits, right? But he also said by how you treat one another. You know how else we're supposed to treat each other? Bearing each other's burdens, coming around each other, having that brotherhood. So my question is, have you came around your brothers yet?
I have because I want to be, I'm gonna be vulnerable with you because
Okay.
you are older than me, and I look up to y'all brothers that are doing this work outside on those highways and byways. Whenever I get the chance, I like to, spread enough to tell our people who we are and stuff like that on a historical level and stuff like that. But I'm very humble. I'll never sit here and say that I'm something bigger than what I am.
Mm-hmm.
But when I first came into the truth, because I'm not in the camp, but when I first came into the truth, I met a camp before. I met a camp before, and they threw me down because I wasn't having the right apparel on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Threw me down, and it shattered me and my brother. Like, I have a brother, and me and him were both in the truth. Me and him are both zealous, but I'm very zealous for the Most High, and it threw me down. Then I met that camp again when I was just walking around because I go to college and stuff like that, and they had told me that if I'm not in the camp, I'm gonna die, and it kind of like threw me off about regarding camps. Like, I don't sit here and say that all y'all camps are wrong, or I never do that because I'm not ignorant. I know how the Most High works. The Most High works in mysterious ways, so I'm never gonna do that. But
Mm-hmm.
when that camp had said that to me, I really got gut punched it, and I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know. I just felt like I was just gonna be cooked just because I'm not in a camp with brothers. And I was like, wow, like, this is really wow. So when I first went through that, it kind of shaped me up, and I don't want to join a camp now because it's like, at this point, if I have to now, I really literally have to, or I'm gonna die. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So I'm sorry for the rant, but I just
No,
wanted to tell
you
you.
good.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, like, my personal backstory on that, and I've been in the truth for 3 years. So yeah.
Okay, so this is what I want you to know, right? And I've heard the horror stories. I don't know who it was. You don't even have to say who it was, right? You know what I'm saying? But this is the home of the truth. And what I want you to know is, okay, what you got to know, brother, is that this is why the Lord says, try every spirit. Now, we're trying you because we don't just let anybody in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I want to fish people, I'm not fishing in a predator. I'm not fishing in somebody who's going to harm my brothers and sisters that's within this gate and within this wall. They need to be protected. You get what I'm saying? And at the same time, you got to make sure that this is the right place in order for you to be. So it's kind of like a give and take in that sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, as far as learning. And the one thing that I could tell you is you have to treat it like vetting. Like, when I first came in the truth, it was a little different because there wasn't as many so-called camps. It was about 7 total. It was very easy for me to weed out who was sincere and who wasn't because there was so few. Now there's a, so-called camp that pops up every other week, and another one that fails, another one that falls every other week. You have to do your due diligence and find the strength to be able to make it back home. You know what I'm saying? Like the path that you read the Apocrypha, correct? So you've read when it talks about the path to the kingdom, and it talks about it's so narrow, only one person can get past, and on one side is a deep fire, and on the other side is a deep water.
Yes,
brother, it's not easy to get home. You got to find that strength to be able to find your path and find your way home. Do you have the Apocrypha right now?
I have the whole Bible right now.
So I've been reading the scriptures. Would you mind reading the scripture with me?
Sure.
All right. So I want you to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. All right. And start at verse 1. We're going to read a couple of verses together.
So Sirach 2 and verse 1.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus. Yep.
Yeah, I got my physical Bible, so I'm just reading with you.
No sweat, no sweat. So, you know what I'm saying? If you could pick up from verse 1 for me, I want you to read it. I want you to absorb these words.
It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation."
The first thing that's going to happen, brother, is you're going to get tested. When I first came into truth, brother, I had like a $14,000 lawsuit, an illegal eviction notice. My roommates bounced and left me high and dry in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And that let me know what I found was the truth. Because Satan never came at me when I picked up the Quran, never came at me like this when I was studying some bullshit like metaphysics. I was never attacked at this capacity. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing anything else. And from him coming at me that strong, brother, I'm going to tell you something. That let me know I better take this serious. Read on.
It says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble."
Now, let me tell you something else. But you see how it says constantly endure?
Yes.
You got to find the strength within yourself to endure in you being able to find your way home. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to set your heart aright, gird up your loins, and don't make haste in a time of trouble, meaning don't run from your problems. And I know that you still got fight in you because we're having this conversation. You haven't given up. You still looking. You asking questions. We on the phone together right now. Read on.
And it says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end."
And now you understand, if you want that increase at the last end, you can't depart, which I don't think that you will. Read on.
"Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low state."
And that's the state that you're in. You're in a lower state right now. You got to be patient while you're here. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like stay down till you come up. But just because you're down doesn't mean you stop working. You got to get it out the mud. Read on.
"For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Now, this is extremely important. Acceptable men. Gold is tried in the fire. You take gold, you put it in a furnace, it burns out the impurities to make it pure. You know what I'm saying? It's if you want to become acceptable, you have to go through that fire. Well, let me tell you something. You weeded those brothers out. You know that that's not the spirit where the Lord wants you to be at.
Yes.
Right? That was a part of your adversity. That was a part of your furnace. That was a part of your journey to become fine gold. Now, if the impurities don't burn out, you won't be accepted. You want to become acceptable. So then you have to make it through this trial by fire. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Read on.
It says, oh, I think I left off at 5. Let me start at verse 6. "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him."
You understand? And that's what you got to do, man. You got to continue to believe in the Lord, and he's going to help thee. You understand? He's going to send somebody, you know what I'm saying, to be able to give you the guidance, you know what I'm saying, and set you where you need to be. Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second.
No sweat.
"Ye that fear the Lord, Wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall.
Go ahead.
Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail.
Last verse.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy.
You understand? So, brother, you got to let this be your hope, and you got to understand this is just a part of your journey and a part of your trial. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep swinging. So, this is what I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, come try this spirit. Where you located?
Jersey.
Jersey. What part of Jersey?
Patterson, Hawthorne, all that area.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give you a number to call, man. And I want you to call and start building a relationship with these brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I want you, you know what I'm saying, to come around, try this spirit, you know what I'm saying, and find out if this is the home of the truth. You know what? Here's what I want you to do. Come prove us wrong.
Okay. Okay. That questions I like trying to learn, and if I'm able to learn more, I would gladly try to understand and stuff like that and try to build, you know, in any way possible, shape or form.
All right, take this number down. Let me know when you're ready for it.
I'm gonna take this number. Give me 1 second.
No sweat.
What's the number?
862 224 9027.
Okay.
And then hold on just one second while you're there. Tay, you on speaker and we live right now. I just want you to know, man, if it was anybody else, I would have cussed your ass out for how you sent me these files. the song, what's it called? Superfine. Man, first of all, I had to download every file individually. You got to put it in a folder so when it pops up, I could copy and paste all the songs at once too. You know what I'm hearing in the recording?
What?
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
Yeah, I'm hearing. What the hell are you doing here, man?
No, I had to do a little run through. Remember, I was getting ready to leave out to head to New Jersey, so I had to do a little run through just for reference. Because remember, we changed the when the if you want my way,
Right.
we changed where that is. So I just had to, instead of just having it in my head, I do so we can make a performance track off that.
Okay, so just so I know, this is only for a performance track. This is not for a demo.
It was the demo for the performance track.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put a mix on it, send you the mix, and then I'm gonna do the edits you want for the performance track. All right.
Okay.
And then this way we in there. All right. You good though?
Man, I actually was just in a car accident. Somebody hit my daggone car. I'm like 30 minutes away from the curb now.
You twab?
I'm good now. Yeah, thank God.
Man, most high in Christ.
So, you know what I'm saying? Bodily injuries, but my car is able to drive home, so I'm looking to the ER when I get home.
Okay. All right. Let me know when you make it back safe. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold you. Focus on the road right now.
Got you. Appreciate you, man.
All right. I love you, man. I'ma holla. Peace. All right. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay, Captain. I also wanted to ask you while I have this chance, whenever after what you're gonna tell me, I'll ask for one more question if that's okay with you.
No, come on with it.
I hear in certain breakdowns, because I watch Captain Desire. I watch you a lot because you know a lot of history, and I'm a historical man. I love history.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not a historical question. I wanted to know, like, did the disciples, after Yahushua went back to spirit realm and all that, did they go off on like Amos? Like, did they get something wrong with Amos? Like, I hear certain certain breakdowns on that sometimes. Like they went off on a prophecy, like it wasn't correct or something like that.
So what do you mean by that? I'm a little confused. So like, can you be specific?
I think if I'm not mistaken, 1 second, brother. I want to be able to actually tell you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
1 second. It is. I think it's in Amos. I don't know if it's Amos 2 or something, but I think they had quoted something. I think in Acts or something like that. And some camps be saying that it wasn't fully correct or something like that. I think it's Amos 2. I believe it's Amos 2. But if I can't find, I'm sorry. I was just trying to.
No, it's all right. You let me know if you find it, all right? Shalom to everybody that's rocking with us still. I believe the link is still in the chat if anybody else got any questions. I'm editing some music right now for Tay. She sent me these goofy files. I love that Tay is from New York, man, because she's not sensitive. So I could talk to her like a real New Yorker. It's my sister for real. Let me get a brother a second to try to find that scripture. In the meantime, if y'all got questions, you could put them in the chat or you could log in with us. We live and direct from San Antonio. Nixon 6, baby. Sorry, Salakia. Y'all have no idea, man. I've been a Knicks fan forever. That's how you know I'm loyal. Knicks and Jets. Both of them haven't won in my lifetime. In my lifetime. All right, let me see.
Yeah. I'm sorry, brother.
No sweat. I'm kicking it right now. This ain't crossed the line, so you know what I'm saying. There's no real time constraint. You know what I mean? I planned on getting this editing done. Tay been asking me to do this for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So I put some time aside for it.
Then if I can't find that one, but I actually have a better question.
Okay.
My better question would be when we're in the wilderness period. That's when they're going to be casting out the rebels, and that's what Matthew 19 and 27 and Ezekiel, I think 20 and 20, I think 38 and down is talking about.
Okay, well, you gotta that will happen in that time period, and what I want everybody to know too is just because you make it on a chariot, right, does not mean that you're just all in all sealed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So just because you make it on a chariot does not mean that you can't lose your seat. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get power, what are you going to do with it? Real power. Are you going to abuse it? You know what I'm saying? And all of that is also going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it, right? Like when we were in the wilderness, like remember what happened in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a living record. So from it being a living record, you know what I'm saying? Things are going to repeat themselves. You know what I'm saying? So in the wilderness, there was rebels that came up against Moses, right?
Yeah, and the Most High ate them up with the earthquake and stuff like that.
Absolutely. That was Korah in them. Mm-hmm. Don't think that there's not going to be people who are rebellious even at that time, because once we get in the wilderness, there's still a journey to get to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And you can lose your seat, man. We got to endure to the end. We got to endure all the way to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the work really begins, you know what I'm saying, after them chariots, after we come down. And brother, I just want to be blessed enough, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get on one of those. You know what I'm saying? I be sitting down, I be having talks with Captain Yatazak, and I be having talks with him like, hell, man, I don't even know if we gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? It might be for the kids, because bro, I be watching these kids, and I be watching these young brothers come up, and like, yo, like these babies being born right now, they are super smart, super aware, super intuitive, man, and kind and empathetic. You know what I'm saying? It really be making me feel like the kingdom is really theirs, man. You know what I'm saying? So we still got a battle, man. You know what I'm saying? We still got a battle to endure.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, what was your name?
My name is Zayas.
Zayas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good to meet you, Hebrew. What I want you to do, man, is when we get off this call, I want you to call that number.
Okay.
If it don't answer, send a text message. You know what I'm saying, and wait for a call back. And I want you to get involved, man. I want you to come through and not give up. And you could always call into the show, hit us up. You got any more questions or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Or if you remember what you needed in Amos. I think somebody else joined the stream. Let me see. No. This is Lahab from Dallas. We need an animation for our intro for the podcast we putting together. How can I reach you on that, sir? Hit my line, man. Hit my direct line. Let me know what you need. We can definitely make that happen. Do you have my number, Lahab? Throw in the chat if you got my number or not. Zayas, right?
Yeah, Zayas.
Zayas. You know what I'm saying? You have any other questions?
Is there any other scriptures that can help?
That can help what?
That can help with depression, I would say.
So, okay. Hold on.
Thank you, by the way, for talking with me.
Nah, brother. That's the part of the job. That's the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the job. Okay. I want you to go to Timothy, 2 Timothy 2 and 3.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm getting there.
Don't sweat.
Two and verse 3.
Yep.
You want me to read it?
Yep. Brother, I'm putting my number in the chat. I'm going to delete it after. I want you to shoot me a text, and we'll talk about that animation for you. Go ahead. Read it for me.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Hamashiach.
So, endure as a soldier, Ak. You understand? You got to realize this is war. You can't look at yourself as a civilian. You can't act like you're not on a battlefield. And if you on a battlefield, you know what else you should expect?
What?
Attacks. Yo, man, you said you boxed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a punching bag?
No.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody jabs you, what you gonna do?
Block up or hit him with a jab back.
Listen, man. You know what I'm saying? If he tags you, you better tag him back. So now Satan's sending, you know what I'm saying, his soldiers to tag you. You just gonna get your ass whooped. You gonna be that cat. Fight back. Fight back. You know what I'm saying? Getting stomped.
Nah, hell no.
Nah, you better swing back. And you want to know how you gonna swing back?
How?
You gonna come to class. You gonna try again. You gonna swing back.
Okay.
Read the next verse.
No man that worrieth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may pass that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
You understand now? There's a lot of things inside this verse that's super, super, super important. You get what I'm saying? No man that warreth. Remember, you at war. Entangleth himself, meaning you get wrapped up in the affairs of this life, man. Later for the world, bro. World don't mean nothing. Our world means something. The truth matters. That's how you please him who chose you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you remember being a kid and like there was two teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you were athletic, you were the first person they picked.
Yeah.
Man, ain't that feel good when people want you on a team?
Mm-hmm.
Christ wants you on his team as a soldier. Once you realize that you getting picked, once you realize that you getting chosen, once you like bro, that changes everything. Cause so now it's like once you get on that team, are you competing to lose?
No.
Nah, bro. You competing to win. You on the team. So you gonna be the weak link on the team, or do you want to be starting 5?
Yeah, I want to be starting 1.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to hoop, bro. So get out the bleachers, fight to get off the bench, and get in the goddamn game.
Thank you so much, brother.
Anytime, man. I'm not as bad as they say, huh?
Nah, you're not even. Yeah, you're not even bad, man. What you talking about?
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you.
And would you say that's also another strong precept to when in Revelation where it says, "Don't let nobody take your crown" as well?
Yeah, nah, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something that I learned from inside the school. You can't force a crown on no one's head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna chase you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the instruction. You know what I'm saying? I took the time to talk to you. You got the number. Now, remember what I told you earlier, man. There's something on my part. There's something on your part. And this is not to compare you to a sister, but this is to compare you to a situation. There was that sister who had an issue with blood.
Mm-hmm.
Christ was out teaching. If he's not out teaching, she's not there to grab the hem of his garment to get healed.
Yeah.
There's something I got to do. There's something you got to do. Now, I just did my job. I need you to get off this line and do your job and call that number.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
It was good rapping with you.
Thank you.
Yabshim Shabrakta.
Rakatha, brother.
All right. This is the best live we done had, man. Day 9, baby. Day 9. We 9 days in. We doing it. We about to hit double digits. What's up? You know what I mean? And in the meantime, I'm back to editing this track. Y'all got any questions? Y'all got any comments, man? Let me see. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, we've been on the live for an hour. Hey, man, you know what? If y'all got questions, I'll stay on the live. If y'all don't got questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna get y'all a couple minutes to either join the live, you know what I'm saying, or to make the call. You know what I'm saying, or drop it in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all, you know what I'm saying, a few. If not, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. We'll be back again live tomorrow. Cross the line Thursday, and Friday I'll be showing y'all how I make beats. A brother personally requested that, so he better show up. For real. But since y'all asked, that's what we gonna do. If there's topics y'all want to know about, y'all could always drop them in the chat. If there's history y'all want to know, things y'all want to see, music y'all want to hear, and hey man, subscribe to Tribe Vibes. If y'all like the music, if y'all like the work, man, we put a lot of work into this, man. It's a subscription. It's $7.99 a month. That's $2 a week, man. Y'all can't get 8 quarters a week. I don't know what you're doing then. You ain't hustling hard enough. I want y'all to go to Tribe Vibes, join.tribe-vibes.com, and I want y'all to make an account. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk about supporting Black and brown business and Black Wall Street and all this, and y'all putting your money where your mouth is. Subscribe and show some real support inside of this ecosystem for these artists, because they dropping some fire. I'm trying to tell you. Support, man. We'll give y'all another couple minutes. If y'all got any questions, whatever the case may be, let me know. I'll give y'all a minute. And then, like I said, if not, we'll call it. Let me switch the screens again. We're going to remove that. Stop sharing this screen. Invite. Share screen. Window. Bong. All right. Now we back. Straight like that. Up. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's cool. Okay. Young man Chris from Judah said, why aren't we supposed to celebrate birthdays? Because birthdays is self-worship. That's the tradition of it. Birthdays, number one. All right, let me ask you this question, right? Who celebrated birthdays inside the Bible, right? Nah, I be jamming in Texas like crazy. So while you answering that, brother got another question. He said, also, one last question. Would you say it's impossible to make it without a camp? By the way, I did call and left a message because I'm not a lie. I'm glad you a man of your word. This is what I'm going to tell you, right? The scripture says, make thine election sure. I'm sure that you're familiar with Matthew 5 when it says that the least in the kingdom, here it is good, the least in the kingdom will be they that break the law and teach men so. The greatest in the kingdom will be they who keep the law and teach men so. Make thine election sure. Let me tell you something, young man. You know what I'm saying? Zayas, the Lord don't need us. He don't need me. He don't need Captain Zaryak. He don't need any of us. You know what I'm saying? General, captain, officer, trooper. He said he could raise up stones to do this job and say that they're the seed of Abraham. Me knowing that, I'm trying to work and labor. Scripture says, how can they teach except they be sent? Well, someone sent me. Who sent you? Make your election sure. This is what I know. I wholeheartedly believe this is the body of Christ. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the Lord's going to have mercy on. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's going to be people that make it on a chariot just because they helped the prophet, and they're not even going to know why. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is I want a resume. I know that when the Lord is opening the books and he's looking at the wrong that I did and the right that I did, that the right that I've done, all my righteousness that's filthy rags will wipe out all the wrong that I've done. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't know a better place to do that than the ISUPK. Now, if you want to take a gamble with your life, if you don't want brothers that's going to bear your burdens, find another path. But if you're hearing my words right now and you hear this conviction, you know what I'm saying? Like, then come home, and make your election sure. All right. So now you said, what did the brother say? No clue, Cap. I don't think anybody did, right? So the people who celebrated birthdays in the Bible was the heathens. Pharaoh celebrated birthdays. One of the Romans celebrated their birthday. Antiochus celebrated their birthday. Birthdays is a heathen custom. And on that day is the day you make yourself a god. Everybody pays you tribute. Those noisemakers and everything is superstition, warding off evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? When you make that wish, that cake is pagan. You blow out the candles on that cake and the smoke carries your wish up to the gods that's above you. We celebrate life every day. Honor the Lord every day, and don't just honor yourself on that one day. You know what I'm saying? You Shabrakatah, decoding the archives. My brother Robert Bryan, what's going down? Big ups to everybody rocking with me. And once again, man, let me know if y'all got any other questions before I wrap this up. If y'all got questions, I'll stay live, man. Talk to me. I'm here for a reason. No sweat. Zay Skrilla for life. Skrilla. Cat, can you give me a better understanding? What is the use of the Most High Counsel in heaven? And is the Most High all-knowing? I always assumed he was and asked the question just to give his lines. Okay. Here's how we know that the Lord knows. The Lord knows, you know what I'm saying, because he told you what was going to happen. And he told you what was going to happen if you obeyed and if you disobeyed. He gave us prophecy that's going to happen. And the Most High's, you understand, counsel in heaven, this is the use of the Most High's counsel in heaven. It's because the Lord created a system to where he's got spirits that do his bidding and do his will. The Most High is a boss. So in creating these spirits, he has a counsel with them so that this way they can understand and receive his will. You understand? That everything can be put decently and in order. Because here's what I want you to know about that counsel, right? And this is for Zay. You know what I'm saying? Like Zay, have you ever ran a business or been a captain or something on a team? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Because I want to teach y'all a valuable lesson about rulership right now. I want y'all to understand the spirit of the Most High in this capacity. So Zay, answer that question for me, all right? I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm gonna come over back to the screen in a second. I'm just chopping up these vocals still. Yes, I have. Well, when you so you've been a leader of men before, right? Well, when you lead, right? When you got power, when you create something, you know what you want? You want your labor to have meaning, and you want your subordinates to follow your orders. The Lord is a man of war. He's a ruler. He's got subjects. He's giving out these orders and he's saying, let there be light. And they go and create the light and comes back and he checks that work. That's good. Next. The point of the councils is the order. The point of the councils is he's the Most High of hosts. The point of the councils is rulership. You got to realize, man, okay. Why did Mike Tyson buy a tiger? Why you go out and you see brothers with a giant snake around their neck? And this is on the left-hand side, but whoever's in charge in a show, when you see some drug dealers, why they got two pit bulls on the side of them? They stunting on niggas. They showing their power. They showing that they got control over these beasts. Most High sits on a throne of fire around a sea of glass with elders that take their crown off and throw it at the floor. You know what I'm saying? They say Quadash, 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 Shamka Yahweh. You understand? Exactly. You got it right there. The Most High is the embodiment of rulership. He's the Most High because he's the Most High power. Why shouldn't he have a council? You feel me? I don't know. I understand it. I understand the need, want, and desire to stunt on niggas. No bullshit. Oh, that's good stuff. Like, I get it. Let me know if y'all got any other questions, man, while I'm here, while we rocking. All right. Shalom. Shalom. We're going to get rid of that breath. Make sure I didn't shift that over. I'm sure that right there can go too. But yeah, the Lord is definitely the embodiment of rulership, man. The Most High is a gangster. Yo, y'all want to know to me, like, what's one of the most gangster scriptures ever? You know what I'm saying? It's sanctuary cities. And I'm not talking about the ones that's inside of America. Y'all know what a city of refuge is? If you were to commit manslaughter and you accidentally unalive somebody, the family could go eye for an eye and take your life. you had time to make it to a new city. If you make it to the city, it's, scot-free. You made it. The Lord was with you. But if they wanted to take vengeance and they caught you en route, that's your ass. That's gangster. That's crazy. That's super fly to me. I don't know. That's justice. Now, you could forgive that man. You could. Or you could have went and got justice for your loved one. Y'all got to understand the power that we serve, man. Right? Yo, bro, that's so cold. Like, the Lord don't play, bro. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, the Lord is not soft, man. I hate when they try to put an effeminate spirit on the Lord, man. Like, Christians are the worst. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm used to New York Christians. These Bible Belt Christians are the worst ever. Let me see something. Like, they really bad. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more surgery, but let's get rid of the main ones here. Let me know if y'all got any other questions, man, while we rocking out. If not, I'm going to boom it. My favorite scripture has to be Isaiah 45:17, that you should not be ashamed nor confounded. Hit hard. Nah, for sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in the truth, like where we're constantly at war. You know what I mean? Like, we got real life enemies out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, having that type of faith and knowing, you know what I'm saying, and believing that the Lord is with you. I mean, that really matters, man.
So we can't.
Saying? Like, it really does. And especially like rolling with Captain Zaryak, that shit starting ass nigga. He just want to fight the world. And I'm with him. We gonna do it. Big ups to my brother Captain Zaryak, man. True man of the Lord, a man without guile. Brother, I love and respect very much, man. What a tedious job, bro. This is why I don't really like mixing for people either, because like this be some shit. By the way, I do audio engineering. If any of y'all make music, it's gonna cost. Ain't free. I ain't gonna hold you. But if you like the quality you hear in the music, you too can have that quality. Let me go back to the chat real quick. I'll be looking for that Kataza content, man. Most High in Christ, you know what I'm saying? Stay on about 30 more mini caps. I just got here. All right, we could do that. We could rock out. You missed a lot of the conversation. You could always run this back. I had a great conversation with a young man who called up. I'm going to put the link back in the chat for anybody who wants to be able to join the live. You know what I'm saying? Just because you asked, I'll stay live a little bit more. If y'all want more content, more music, subscribe to Tribe Vibes. Big ups to everybody who has subscribed, especially in recent history, recent time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Michael Moore, my main man. And yeah, yo, if y'all got the questions, put them in the chat, man. So he said another 30 minutes. What time is it now? It is 6:30 already. Damn, bro, where the hell did the day go? That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna stay here till 7, man. Y'all stuck with me another 30 minutes. All right. Let's see what we got. So yeah, this is like I said, this is the tedious part of mixing. You got to get all them breaths, all them clicks, all them pops out. Chop all these vocals up. Do the gain staging. I'm probably going to reprint these vocals too with some effects. Try to get this as clear and as clean as possible. For real, for real. Appreciate you. I'm at the slave, but I'm listening, man. Who you got, Knicks or Spurs? Come on, son. What you mean? Knicks is 6, baby. Who I got? I don't give a damn if I am in San Antonio.
Nah.
Trying to tell you. Been waiting all my life. All my life I've been waiting for the Knicks to win, man. For real. Going to the ship. And we swept back-to-back sweeps. Come on, son. It's all year. And it's a great year for hip-hop, man. For real. It's been dull for 2 years. Here we are. Back live, in the mix, in direct, in effect. Super fine. Super fine feeling. This song gonna go too. When this song blows, man, just wait. Like, this is gonna be a big tune. Not this version. It's gonna have to be re-recorded. This is just like a little demo. But yeah, this gonna go stupid. The realest of talk. Super fine. All right, let me see. Evening, your smoke detector again. I just want you to be safe, man. Don't worry about my smoke detector, all right? Free smoke, free smoke. Hey, you lived to see it. OG thought it never happened. Yo, we got to see it. We got to, yo. Got to. You know what I'm saying? That's you listening to my smoke detector. I can't believe y'all could hear that either. That's funny as hell. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be all right. Tay be popping shit about my smoke detector too. Yes, she does. It's my sister for real in real life. It's kind of crazy too, man, because me and Tay clicked instantly.
Big.
I'm trying to find her a good husband, man. One of y'all need to lock that down. Somebody come over here and marry Tay so she comes all the way in the truth. I need y'all to do that.
Big eye.
Fish that sister in. Come save her, because she want to be saved. Let me see. Let me see. That seems like it's a breath. Yeah, nah, we don't need that. Which also means we don't need that. But yeah, man. We was breaking down scriptures. I dropped the chat if y'all still want to join the live. If y'all got more questions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll be here for another 30 minutes. Then I got to get a little deeper into this mix. We'll see how it go. Hey, Salaki, I appreciate y'all staying. I think the internet dropped. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me now, man. Think my internet just reset. All right, we back. We back live and direct. I don't know if there's gonna be a new StreamYard link, so I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Once again, if any of y'all got questions, want to come on the live. If y'all got questions, drop them in the chat. Big ups to everybody who sends their super chats in every week. Y'all the real MVPs. And big up now, the real MVPs is anybody who's subscribed to Tribe Vibes. If you want Tribe Vibes, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what we really need. I need y'all on there showing y'all support for real. Subscribe, man. All right, let's see what else we got. We're going to chop this probably about right here. All that silence, bong, gone. We don't need that. Get it out of there. Come back this way. Oh, y'all can't see the screen no more neither. Let me share that again. Present, share screen, window, straight like that. Add to the stage. There it is. All right, we back. Like I said, live and direct. What's happening there?
Chris.
I don't know if that's supposed to be there yet. Let's see.
Come. Then fuck him.
Yeah, it is. I might have to put a noise gate on this too. I ain't gonna hold you. Cat, my uncle owned a mega church and I cooked him with Romans 9:4. And now he want to debate me on some informal stuff. I'm a trooper, but I know this Israelite truth. Should I indulge or keep studying? You know what you should do? You know what I'm saying? You should set up a formal debate with your camp leader. You know what I'm saying? Meaning like you should bring him over to the school and Captain Zaryak, myself, Gadaiwan, somebody got to smoke him. You know what I'm saying? Now you a trooper. You're not supposed to be teaching yet. You got to earn your right to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you cooked them. You know what I'm saying? But what you should, what I would do if I was you, I would use some Yaikwab, use some supplanter, and set up a real debate. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it, right? If you just battle your uncle, right? What good is it if you just cut him? But now imagine that mega church watching him get demolished. They all gonna hear the truth. You understand? For the first time. You understand? You want a little victory or you want a great victory? You understand? You want to save souls or you want to sharpen your sword? Which one is it? Let me know.
Then.
See what you could do, man. You know what I'm saying? See what you could do. Try to set it up. Use some Yaikwab, man. You know, your forefather Jacob, he a hustler. That's what we got to do. We got to rob these churches. All right, let me see. I don't know if I wanted to be private or not. I kind of wanted to test him and see if he would change his teaching. I'm gonna listen to you though. Yeah, nah, brother. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I know you wanna, you know what I'm saying, you want to win your brother over. You know what I'm saying? But what it really come down to is you got to think about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The biggest picture is a mega church pastor getting proven wrong in front of his whole congregation. That's the dub. The battle really isn't for who you're debating. The battle is always for the people watching. That's who the battle is for. You know what I'm saying? Because the person who you debating, they already believe what they believe. It's very rare that that person is ever going to be humble enough to try to say that they wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why them pastors, they made themselves friends with that mammon. They got that money of unrighteousness. You understand? All right, let's see where we at right now with this. Mind you, this is raw vocals, not from my studio. Let's see how this goes.
Super fine. Super fine. Super fine. Super fine, no way so snatch. Super fine, thick in the face car match. Super fine in the bank car match. He wanna beat it with a baseball bat. Super fine, no way so snatch. Super fine, thick in the face car match. Super fine in the bank car match. He wanna beat it with a baseball bat. I've been waking up at 6 o'clock on the dot. I've been doing my thing.
There it is. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Doo, doo, doo. So that means it's somewhere in here. Hold on.
I've been waking up at like 6 o'clock on the dot. I've been doing my thing.
Okay, hold on. I don't think that there's an extra vocal to stop that.
Dot, I've been doing my thing.
My God.
Doesn't
And of course, there's no extra vocal.
I've been doing my thing.
Can't fix that one, Tay.
I've been doing my thing.
I hope it's just gonna sound right in the beat somewhere. Damn.
I've been doing my thing. Doesn't bother me. I can see. Got these bitches so sick of me. Super fine, baby, and I'm chopping it. I've been popping my shit. I look too good. Too good. I've been holding back, but I fit too damn good to not do as I still and as I should. Super fine in the way, so snatch. Super fine, baby, in the face car match. Super fine in the bank car match. He wanna beat it with a baseball bat. If you walk away.
All right. So now let's do this. Let's put the input. Let's go bus 1. Create. Drop this down. Change this to print. Solo this. Mute, and mute. And then, all right, I'm very curious to see how this would work right now. So let's just find out. Hold on. I'm about to test something out, y'all. TLC, yeah, no, it's definitely like a little bit of an interpolation. She went crazy on this, you know what I'm saying? And the second verse, she's super snapped on. This is just like a reference. She recorded this in her demo studio. But yeah, this is gonna be a big tune when it's finished, recorded professionally, all that. Let's see how this works out.
Boy, I've been waking up at like 6 o'clock on the dot. I've been doing my
I
thing.
hate that that's in
Doesn't
there.
bother me, they don't think I can see. Got these bitches so sick of me. Super fine, thick, and I'm chocolate. I've been popping my shit. I look too good. I've been holding back, but I feel too damn good to not do as I should and as I should. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing, just so y'all know, I'm processing these vocals with some compression, some EQ, because they were kind of harsh from her studio. So I'm re-recording her vocals by sending it through the processing so I could get a cleaner signal after I already did some of the editing, so that this space won't have, you know, no bullshit in the background and none of that. And then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, end up mixing this, but it's a little bit of a process. And we're gonna go one by
Still
one.
don't take. If you don't need the K for back, block the number so we can't call back. Standing on shit like I hate doormats. Real bitch, and I stay off facts. Niggas get in line like a great format. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Now you wanna eat it with his face all wet. Match my driving, match my vibe. Pretty brown chocolate, thick thighs. See the way they walk with big eyes. All in the departments. Get by. If you a hating asshole, you smuckers. If you on your job, then fuck them. And every once in a while, pop out, clock out, so nobody don't owe you nothing. Yeah.
All right, so to answer your question, right? So like when you're talking about Full Sail, it's a little difficult for me to ask you that question because, okay, the Captain Kataza that you know right now was not, you know what I'm saying, the young man that was in the world when I went to Full Sail. I personally didn't have a good experience at Full Sail. Now, if I would have been the disciplined person that I am now and went there, I think it could have been an exceptional opportunity. I think that I could have learned a lot. But one of the things that I didn't like about Full Sail was a lot of the instructors there didn't respect rap, hip hop, just us in general as an art form. And they would throw little shots and shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, mind you, I'm here paying crazy tuition. I'm taking private loans out and all that. And you guys are basically shitting on my passion when you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, fanning the flames of it. So I think you could get more out of Full Sail's film program than you can their recording arts program. Is that not to say that there's not successful recording arts? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Leslie Brathaway went there. Help Me Devon went there. You know what I'm saying? Two very successful audio engineers. So a part of it, I think, is about what you decide to do with it. It is a phenomenal facility. They do have incredible guests there. But do I believe that it's worth the price? No, I don't. I think you can get a cheaper education somewhere else and a better certification, not a better certification, but an equal certification. So I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, spend the money. You know what I'm saying? That's just my, you know what I'm saying, like I said, my personal opinion. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to call this main print 1. And then we'll take this, pull that up, unsolo this. I think we already did that. And then let's go print. Printed 1. So now that's already done. Let's come unsolo this, and we're going to run it again. So yeah, so that's how I feel about Full Sail. Not gonna hold you. Like I said, like education is really what you make out of it. But if you want to do music, man, okay, now what do you want to do at Full Sail? Let me ask you that. Like, what are you trying to do? What education do you want? into animation. If you want to do animation, they might have an excellent animation program. That might be something. I wouldn't go. I would not go for recording arts, but animation.
6 o'clock on the dot.
You might be good with the animation. And what you also might want to look into is the AI. AI is doing a lot of animation, so it's like I wouldn't just look solely at Full Sail. I would look into there.
Too good.
So to what you're saying, Doug, I think it's a little bit different than when it comes down to artists, right? And you can't say that. It depends on what art form that you're talking to. So for example, so what Doug asked was no real artist went to school though, right? Pac went to school for acting. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different people who went to school. You know what I'm saying? There was all different acting programs and stuff like that. Some artists had gone to art school. But I think it's a little different when it comes down to, for example, audio engineering. Audio engineering is a science. Certain designs, film,
it don't take all that.
Here is something that you get from school that you don't get from somewhere else. Because the truth be told,
stay all facts.
The average studio won't take you without a degree now.
Baseball bat.
You know what I'm saying? It used to be
my vibe.
Once upon a time
big
ago
eyes,
that
big eyes.
You would have been able to get an internship at a studio. And even when it comes down to like electric, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be an apprentice in anything, right? One of the things that you'd have to do is go study at the foot of somebody who knows more than you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the hell. Is that everything? Oh, it is. So one of the things that you would have to do is go study at the foot of somebody who knows more than you. And it's like I said, like it's very rare for you to be able to not have any experience or school and then go be an electrician. It's very rare for you to be able to do any of that. So it's like you kind of need the prerequisite to even get in the door now. So if that's the case, I would find a cheaper alternative because you're going to start at the bottom no matter what you do. So I wouldn't spend no 50, 60,000 on an education just to be a recording audio engineer when you could find a school for 10. You know what I'm saying? You make that initial investment. So you know what I'm saying? So you're a mechanic, you didn't have to go to school. But so depending on the shop that you're at though, I guarantee you that they prefer having somebody who comes out of a trade school. You being a mechanic starting off without school, I bet you somebody vouched for you, or it was your pops, cousin, uncle that threw you a job and you started to learn. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Like as a mechanic, did you get in on your own merit or because of family? Let me know. No, I did not go to trade school, but I learned in a way more through doing the work. But what I'm saying is, I know you didn't go to trade school. My dad brought me in. See what I'm saying? Like you were blessed to be able to have your pops bring you in. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends that went to trade school still have a hard time getting into a shop, but they're going to have an easier time getting into a shop than somebody with no family connections who don't. You know what I'm saying? And your friends in that trade school, were they the top of their class? Did that trade school have a high success rate of landing people a job? You know what I'm saying? Like, did that trade school have an actual, you know what I'm saying, like work hiring department, like to where they're supposed to get you work? I used to teach at a trade school. So that's what I'm saying. And we had auto mechanic, HVAC, and electric. I taught for electric.
Too good.
Let me know.
If you walk my way, you know I'm super fine. Boy, say what's on your mind. Baby, don't hesitate. If you really want my body, gotta treat me like somebody. I know your impulse, can
So-
you control it? I know I'm super fine,
So
and I
now-
know I'm on your mind.
You see how you're saying that your man was number one, and then now he working at Porsche. All of that matters. Like, you got to treat school competitive if you're gonna go. If you're not, then you shouldn't go to the trade school. You know what I'm saying? But it's damn near like, you got to think about it, right? You're going into a workforce. So if you're going into the workforce, if you're an owner and you're bringing in a new prospect, one of the number one expensive of any business is payroll. That's why so many businesses are just one employee, because they're not cash positive enough to even bring somebody in. So you got to realize, it's like, if you want to get hired, you got to be elite. You got to work.
If you walk my way, you know I'm super fine. I say what's on your mind. Don't hesitate. Want my body, I say me like somebody. On your impulse, can you control it? Super fine. On your mind. I'm on what you're on, but do you know you with some fine shit? Gotta treat me like some fine shit. Super fine and we so snatched. Super fine, thick in the face, I'm mad. Super fine in the big comment. You wanna be with a baseball man? Hey.
This song gonna go, y'all.
Nigga.
She's retarded. All right, so this is, we're gonna call this print post hook. And then we're gonna call this printed post hook. So that now we mute this, solo this, come over here, solo that, and let's run it again. Oh, run it back. Nah, no one's in the booth as of yet, man. This is something that's pre-recorded. I'm just re-recording the vocals through some processing so I could get a cleaner mix.
Super fine.
So just so you
Super
know,
fine.
Doug, we have our own streaming service.
Super fine.
Our streaming service is called Tribe Vibes. So all my
Super fine
music
in
is
the way,
on
so
Tribe
snatched.
Vibes.
Super
I got a
fine, thick in
couple
the
of
face,
songs
car
on
match.
Apple or
Super fine in a
Spotify.
bank car match. He wanna
Give
beat
it
it
1
with a
second.
baseball bat. Super fine in the way, so snatched. Super fine, thick in the face, car match. Super fine in a bank car match. He wanna beat it with a baseball bat.
So just so you know, we have our own streaming service. So we have our own version of Apple and Spotify called Tribe Vibes. There's 16 artists. We just added, 4 new artists, 27 new songs that was made, and then my music is up there. Yeah. We're on Apple and we're on Android. It's called Tribe Vibes. So you download it, you get your credentials, and then you could check out the music there and support for real.
Super fine in the way, so snatched. Super fine, thick in the face, car match. Super fine in a bank car match. He wanna beat it with a baseball bat.
Nah, my music is on Tribe Vibes, brother. I got a mixtape, a EP, an album, features, and I produced the EP on there. You also got to sign up and subscribe. It's not free. Nothing is life Nothing
Super
in
fine
life
in the
is
way,
free.
so snatch. Super fine, thick in the face car match. Super fine in the bank car match. He wanna beat her with a baseball bat. Super fine in the way, so snatch. Super fine, thick in the face car match. Super fine in the bank car match. He wanna beat her with a baseball bat.
Okay, yo, but listen, y'all, it's 7:04. I promised that brother I'd stay on for an extra 30 minutes. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Tomorrow we'll be live again. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody who has subscribed to Tribe Vibes. We got a whole gang of music coming. Big ups to everybody who joined me on the live. That young man Zayas who called in with his questions. If y'all missed it, run the episode back. Like I said, man, this is day 9 of 30. Big ups to everybody joining. Hit the bell at the top. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, rinse, wash, repeat, all that good stuff. And shalom.